and gentlemen, distinguished guests, honored participants, standing on every existing protocol. Now, I will talk a bit. It's an honor to address this gathering of exceptional leaders at the Strategic Leadership Alpha Dream Program. Today, we embark on a journey to unlock our potentials. That's why we are here. We are also on a journey to foster strategic thinking and to cultivate transformative leadership. Now, I'll tell you this. It has been said popularly that it is absolute madness to keep doing the same thing over and over again and to be expecting a different result. It's madness. So in order for you to get a different result, you have to change your attitude. It can't be, like Barrister Gamaliel said, garbage in, garbage out anymore. We must change the pattern. And that's what we're here to do. Scientists call it re-engineering. It's a principle. It's a principle where you stop. If you don't like the outcome, you stop and look at what you've been doing and readdress the process. So, we're unveiling a vision. And it's a vision to empower Nigerian leaders. I believe in the potential of Nigerian leaders. I believe that there's so much that God has put in this country. And if we will introspect, if we will look inwards, if we will strategize, we can bring it out. Today marks a significant milestone in our journey to cultivate transformative leadership in Nigeria. Now, permit me, I keep sounding like a broken horse or like a broken record, but I know what I'm saying. I'm speaking what you call words of faith. I'm not looking at the reality. I choose not to. I choose to see what God is able to do. I've listened to many platforms on different programs, and a lot of people have spoken as to how, if you look at the great nations of the world that we admire, we admire them. But you can see how much years it took them to journey to wherever they are. Nigeria has that opportunity, and our journey starts today. It starts now. The Strategic Leadership Alpha Dream Program is more than a training initiative. It is a call to action. We strive to raise a generation of strategic leaders who will drive Nigeria's growth, development, and global relevance. What is the challenge? Because I will not be right to just only talk theoretically. I must also descend and describe the reality. The challenge is that Nigeria faces complex challenges that border on economic growth, security, social development. To overcome these, we need leaders who can navigate uncertainty, drive innovation, and inspire collective action. At this point, permit me to quote somebody I love so much. His name is John Quincy Adams. John Quincy Adams said, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, and do more, and become more, you are a leader." I believe Quincy. And that's what we are here to do. What is the principle of leadership in SLA? The universality of leadership stipulates that leadership is everything. In SLA, we believe that everything is made and broken on the platform of leadership. The success and the failure of anything, I don't care what it is, a church, a company, whatever, you can trace it to leadership. It's always like that. It's a principle. And everything is premised and determined by leadership. When you trifle or play with leadership structure in a business, an organization, or an enterprise, you are toying with the very life and future of that setup. And determines if what you are looking for will outlive you or not. It's sad that in Nigeria, when we do things, we don't think about legacy. That's why we do some things that we do. If you think about legacy, there are things you will never do. Because you know that your actions will outlive you. Most of the people we celebrate as great world leaders today, they are no longer with us. But their actions keep echoing in time. I want to join that group. And that's why I must say this. We must get to a point where we don't fear them.
Amen.
When you know that what you do outlives you, you don't fear them. You live for what you can do now, and then God echoes what you are doing through eternity, and you will never be forgotten. You're welcome to the Strategic Leadership Academy. It has been said it is the training arm of the Strategic Gospel Ministry International, SGMI. It is rooted in the biblical principles. Now, let me say it the way I always say it. I've said it to many of you. For too long, that's how we have approached leadership in Nigeria. And most times, we always approach it from two extremes. It's not bad, but God had to show me something. First of all, an angle at which we approach leadership most times is that we approach leadership from permit me use this word, an NGO point of view. It's always quite circular. We don't talk anything Bible. We just talk strictly what leadership is. That's one angle. Then the church, there was a move, of course, with one of my mentors and fathers, the late Dr. Miles Monroe. He introduced a version of leadership from biblical perspective. And I'll tell you this, nations used to consult him to tell them what to do about their economic policies. That's how much he had grown the movement. So there's also that extreme where everything is all biblical. Now, in SLA, we plan to merge both worlds, where we have the balance, because secular leadership provides this amazing principle based on excellence, which I love so much, and then from the biblical perspective, which is built on the Word of God. From those two perspectives, we've created a very unique organization. The vision of SLA is transforming global leadership. I know why. These words were carefully picked. Leadership is global, and that is where we are heading to. Governing cultures. See, every client or every client has a governing culture. Now, permit me to say this. Democracy, as defined by A.B. Dicey and the others as postulated a theory, it works in the American climate. It does not work like that here. Democracy, as we call it, is not what we are running. I don't know if anybody agrees with me. It's not what we are running. So the question is, what are we running in Nigeria? We must sit down and ask ourselves that question. I've been studying some very powerful nations that have done significant things like Singapore and Malaysia. And one of the principles that have driven those nations from third world countries to first world countries is a powerful principle called meritocracy. Meritocracy requires that you deny everybody who is not qualified to be in a place, irrespective of his tribe, whoever he is. Meritocracy requires that you field your best. You don't think about the quota system which we have. There's so much, there's so much I want to talk about. There's nothing wrong with it. It's built on equity, equality, and all of that. But it reduces the value of your output. It makes you look as if you don't know what you are doing. But with meritocracy, I tell you, Nigeria will always excel. Now, let me talk a little about our mission. How are we going to achieve it? We're going to achieve it by training and empowering excellent and exceptional leaders with the instrument of God's revealed, undiluted word, and to strategically position them to impact and influence global systems. Now, you see, the truth is this. My empirical studies have revealed that once any principle is built on the Word of God, it is built to last.
That's right.
It is the only thing that has kept the American nation, USA, where it is today. Their founding fathers built everything on the Word. The Drill Course is a leadership training program. It's a step-by-step approach training manual that is designed to groom potential leaders to first identify problems. Solution begins when you identify what the problem is. The problem I have is that I have a generation that don't even know what the problem is. My point is, we need to know what the questions are, and we need to strategically become a think tank that will provide the answers. Most wars that are waged in the world, they are not waged by a crowd. There is a room somewhere where they get the best generals with the most experience, and with passion for their nation, and they come out with a strategy. As I'm rounding up, let me tell you something. I'm a student of world history and then particularly world wars. I love studying them because you cannot divorce leadership from battle and war. You cannot. It's warfare. Most of the principles, even the word strategy, is a military term because in order for you to win a battle, you must define the strategy. Today presents a unique opportunity to develop strategic thinking, problem-solving skills, enhance leadership competencies and decision-making, foster collaboration and network building. Today provides the opportunity to drive personal and organizational growth. Now, let me talk about one of my favorite authors. His name is Stephen Covey. I'm sure some of you have read his books. Stephen Covey said, management is efficiency in climbing the ladder of success. Leadership determines whether the ladder is leaning against the right wall. We're here to develop visionary leaders with a clear understanding of Nigeria's challenges and opportunities. Then we will equip these leaders with strategic thinking, problem solving, and innovation skills. And we teach you to think outside of the box. Because problems will not end. What will have to change is how you approach it. Point number 3, we will foster collaborative leadership and partnership building. Lastly, we will promote integrity, accountability, and ethical decision making. How will we do this? There are key principles we are relying on: visionary thinking, emotional intelligence, collaborative spirit, adaptive resilience. Last but not the least, integrity and accountability. So this Alpha Drill course this morning is a call to action. At the end of this program, number 1, you will possess a deeper understanding of Nigeria's strategic landscape. You will develop actionable plans for leadership growth. You will form valuable connections with fellow leaders. You will be equipped to drive transformative change. In conclusion, we are, please, I wish we could print this on marble and place it somewhere. We are the architects of Nigeria's future. We are. Join us on this transformative journey. Embrace the challenge to lead, innovate, and inspire. Together, we can unlock Nigeria's potential. And I'll end with this quote. I'm sure some of you have heard of a man called Max Lucado. Max Lucado said, a man who wants to lead the orchestra must turn his back on the crowd. It's the price of leadership. Your face may never be seen. But that is the price to make sure that everything moves in harmony. Unleash your potential, please. Harness your strength. Transform our nation. I'm challenging you. I commend every single one of you who has put tireless effort to organizing this initiative and making today a reality. From my heart, I congratulate you on taking this crucial step of leadership excellence. Thank you, and God bless you. I'm grateful.